Hello guys, how are you doing? Welcome to my YouTube channel, Jasmine here. And today I'm gonna speak about very briefly my dating experience, dating in general. So I have had only three very serious relationships in my life that I consider as dating. um, the first one was with a Panamanian, and then I dated an Australian, and then an American. And because I'm in a reality show that's still airing, I cannot say the relationship status at this moment with the American guy, if we're still dating or if we just broke up. I won't be able to explain that. I'm sorry. Okay, saying so, with the Panamanian guy, same culture, same nationality, we were getting along very well. I can say that generally speaking, and because I also have friends and families, Latinos are experts when it is about expert lovers. They're very good at it in all aspects. They're romantic, they're very passionate, but it comes along, and I'm not generalizing, but at least the experiences that I have, like from meeting people and dating them, is that they're like very possessive, and they have this tendency of being cheaters. I don't know why Latinos are like that. I'm not saying all of them, but it's a reality, and like they cheat a lot. So it was kind of my experience with the Panamanian guy, and didn't work out. And well, we actually got married. We didn't work out because of his constant cheating and other situations as well, but it was basically because of that. I was gonna be living just crying the rest of my life, because in my eyes, in my mind, this is how I am. If you're with someone, it's just that person, and I see cheating like completely unacceptable. So it didn't work out. Okay, then I was, single for a very long time, and then I met my Australian boyfriend at the time, and God bless Australia. I don't know, like physically, I'm so attracted to these kind of men that are so common in Australia, because he was telling me, like, I don't ever want you to go to Australia because there I'm average, He was here in Panama because he's a very super important business person, and is very talented, hardworking. He was very close to my age. He was 4 years older than me, very close. So there was not that much age difference, and we got along super good. Everything was amazing, like the way he treated me. And culturally, then it was when I noticed, like, oh, like he was like different from me in a lot of things as well. Even though we have like the same mentality and all that, we were different, culturally different. His way of getting fun and all that, like the music, I was so used to the Latinos ways, you understand what I mean? And he was so Australian, and I used to think sometimes that he was boring, or that, but it's not that what he was boring. It's just like he was Australian, and he was like kind of coldish in comparison, or I was too passionate, or and then, but it was not the reason why we broke up. It was honestly because he was constantly traveling, and I was a very busy person at the moment. I was so focused on other aspects of my life, and I according to him, I never prioritized our relationship. And this relationship, even though I cannot say anything bad about him, he's super respectful, like a gentleman, and super handsome, because as I said, I'm so attracted, like physically. We have preferences, he was like the typical Australian, tall, husky, blonde, blue eyes, and that's not very common in Panama. And to me, he was like super handsome. Yes. Oh my gosh, I blushed. And then, oh my goodness, I got nervous just to think about it. Well, I broke up with him, and every time he was back in Panama, he was looking for me desperately. I was trying to ignore him because I was like, no, we're gonna hurt each other. And then it became toxic because we were like, according to me, we broke up, but we were still being together. You understand what I mean? And then after that, I started to feel guilty, and I was like, because I was not with him, but I was with him. It was very confusing for both of us. And then I ended up like hurting him really badly because he said that I was playing with him. And I was actually not playing with him, but I was in love with him. And I still wanted to be with him, but I was not ready. Maybe if we have met in other moment in our life and all that things, you know. But he said, like, yes, you're playing with me. You're playing with my feelings because you know that I love you and I can't resist. And I was like, I also can't resist being with you. And then it was when I decided, you know what, we really have to break up. And when you come, don't look for me. Please don't do it, because we're gonna end up being together again and both of us being very confused. And you have to focus on your career, and I have to focus on putting my life together again. And well, now we're still friends, we still see each other, but not, you know, like a couple or anything, just like friends. He's still single, and I cannot say if I'm single or not, but he will always have a special place in my heart. I'm friends with my exes, you know. They, even though they hurt me badly for one way or the other, like, I mean, they did so many good things for me too. And but it just didn't work out, you know, as in a romantic way. But there is always like some sort of affection that is not romantic or anything, but there is still love. And then comes the American guy. I really love it. I mean, like, his personality was freaking awesome, like super academically smart, you know, and very funny, and the way he sees things. I mean, if there is something that I really like about this guy, is like he is a very positive person, and I'm super like anxious and negative. I'm a positive person, you know, like, yes, think positively, attracted. But when it comes to myself, I always think about the worst case scenarios in my mind, and that's because of my anxiety. It makes me think like, you know, everything is gonna go wrong. I'm gonna fail on this. Everybody hate me. You know, these are like super negative thoughts that keep coming to my mind, and I keep fighting them. Like, no, get out of here. That's not true, and all that. And this person is so positive, you know. And he was always like injecting me with that positivism, and the way he look at life, you know, like super smart person, and super analytical, and super calm, just like the opposite of me, you know. And it was like super great. And I just have, I don't know if I should say it, but something funny, you know, it happened with the Australian guy and also with the American guy, is like when we were being intimate, you know, and we were like enjoying each other. Like sometimes I used to say things in Spanish, you know, because that's my native language, and I was like super happy at that moment. I was excited, and then it was like something super funny because they started laughing. We have to stop and all that. Like, why did I say that? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna regret. Okay, so the thing is, like, generally speaking, well, the Panamanian guy was the same nationality and all that, but I learned so many things from him, like about the Australian American guy, you know. It's like they open your mind for so many things. Like they really helped me to see the world differently, from a different point of view, for a person that has been raised into another culture, another language, you know, another kind of society. And it actually made me like become a better version of myself and be more understandable of the world. And well, I cannot tell you yet, like, if things work out with the American guy or not. But well, it has been my dating experience, dating nationally and internationally. So I don't know, you maybe if you have had the same experience and you want to, comment below and tell me your experience, good or bad. I'm all ears. So hug and kisses, and if you enjoy it, don't forget to like it and subscribe. Mwah.